Hi everyone. My name is Nick Staffolino, and I am your instructor for Creative Writing 240, which is Intro to Creative Writing with Workshop. I'm really excited to begin teaching this course to you all. It's one of my favorite classes to teach, and I'm sure we're gonna have a really great time. I wanted to make this introduction video just to tell you a bit about myself, and then I wanted to simply explain some things about the class, especially regarding like the high flex format. Just because it is going to be perhaps a little bit confusing on the student end of things. So let me just go through all of that with you guys. Um, this is meant to be introductory. There's no content in this video. Um, it's meant to just kind of give you, I guess, a glimpse into who I am and then a glimpse into the class. But I'm going to have a week one video that I post very soon, probably tomorrow, which will be Monday. And I'll post that video. It'll be called the week one video, and it'll contain a lot of really important information in it and some content. It'll contain a summary of everything we're going to go through for the week. It'll go through the assignments for the week. Each week there's going to be a content video. That's really, really important. Week one video, week two video, week three video, and so forth. So, yeah. So quickly about myself. I am the education instructor at DCC. So if you are going into education, you'll have a lot of classes with me. Creative writing is something I've done a lot of, though, and I have the credentials to teach it at a college level. So they've also kind of given the creative writing responsibilities to me at DCC. I've taught it, this will be my third semester teaching it. And every semester I really, really enjoy it. I do a lot of the assignments with you guys, just because I feel like as an instructor, one of the best things I can do is to be doing the assignments alongside you. So then I can, first of all, test the assignment to see if it's a good assignment or bad assignment. But second of all, like, feedback is a huge part of writing, and being able to give feedback and receive feedback is really important. So I will be in the writing groups with you guys. I'll be doing the feedback process with you and so forth. So that's just a little bit about me. I feel like when it comes to creative writing, sometimes there's this pressure to like justify our skills as a creative writer. Um, I I'm not going to. I don't feel like any person in this class needs to somehow be an expert at being creative writing, at being a creative writer to be in this class. I don't think you need to be published. I don't think you need to be polished. I don't think you need to be even a great creative thinker. I think this class is really an introduction to genre studies, is the way I look at it, and looking at the different types of mechanisms that writers really pay attention to when they are building a piece. And in order to do that, we have to look at genre specific things. So you can see in the syllabus, the way that this course kind of works is you're going to essentially do 4 genre studies, which if you've got one that's not on this list that you really like, then you can go with that. But we're going to start with fantasy and sci-fi. That's what most people think of when they think of creative writing. Then we transition to modern fiction, which is a term you might not be familiar with, but it is a genre you are all familiar with. Drama is the way TV typically says it. Dramas are typically modern fiction. We'll have a break in the 2 weeks between, we'll do fantasy, modern fiction, and then 1 week kind of as a, hopefully get everyone caught up if needed and give feedback. And then we'll talk about pacing in our stories that week. Then we're going to study mystery right at the Halloween time. I thought that was appropriate. And then personal narrative, which a lot of people don't maybe think of the personal narrative as a creative writing piece. It most certainly is. We're going to read To Kill an Elephant by George Orwell, which you will see the creativity in that personal narrative. I myself have written a memoir, and I felt like my memoir, which was comprised of true facts about myself and about my life, actually turned into a more creative piece than a lot of the sci-fi or mystery or any of the other genres that I've written. So it's interesting. I really think it's important that we include something like personal narrative that might even be more along the lines of nonfiction, but it's still creative. So then we'll have a week on dialogue and writing good dialogue. And then weeks 8, 9, 10, and technically 11, which is finals week, are going to be all about you polishing, writing, building this a short story. So that's where we're going with this. You get to choose the genre, you get to choose it. It will likely come from something you've written between weeks 1 and 6, and then you build it and expand it in weeks 8, 9, 10, and 11. So that's kind of the framework for this course. And the reason I want to share that is because, first of all, just as a concession, I am personally not a very good fantasy and sci-fi writer. I include it in the class because that's what a lot of people think of when they think of creative writing. And I'm going to do my best to teach fantasy and sci-fi really well and to make you enjoy it. I've studied it a lot. I've read it a lot. I'm going to try to present information that's useful to you. But my strengths are more in the modern fiction and the personal narrative world. And so maybe your strength is writing a mystery novel, or maybe your interest is writing a mystery novel. That's awesome. There's something in here for everybody. Some people say I'm not a good creative writer, and what they really mean by that is I'm not very good at writing a fantasy story, because sometimes those get mixed up. So we're not in here just to write fantasy stories or sci-fi stories. If you want to, absolutely. But I think a lot of you, probably if you're nervous about creative writing, it might be because you're only thinking of this fantasy sci-fi genre when there's a lot of other genres that you might feel more comfortable writing in, and that we will get to 4 total genres. So that's our schedule and our plan. And again, like I said, like I'm going to do my best to give you guys lots of useful feedback. You're going to have to do a lot of writing. Like there's no way around that. Like there's a lot of writing in this course. But I am not a pro at every genre. I'm good at some genres. I'm working at getting better at others. So hopefully you can feel at ease a little bit. Then with the final note in this video is I just wanted to talk to you a bit about the course format. I'm a huge fan of making my courses open access. I want everybody to be able to take my courses. For better or for worse at times, I truly believe that every single person from the working mom to the retired person to the traditional 18, 19-year-old student should be able to take my courses. And so I offer them in what's called a high flex format. And what that means is there's an in-person component to this class. If you live in Glendive and you are a full-time student, you're not working a job, you are a student who is on campus, I'm going to ask you to come to my organized class times, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 o'clock to 1:50. But if you are someone who's taking this as an online student, maybe you live in Ekalaka, Montana, um, or maybe you live in Glendive, but you work all day, or you have to watch out for a child and parent a child. This class is built with your flexibility in mind. So we'll have online students, we'll have in-person students, and then we'll have hybrid students. So just kind of that's the way this is going to work. I'll have some fully online students who live in a different town altogether. Really excited to have you all, all my online students. I might have some students who are here every day of the week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I might have some students who can't make it Monday and Wednesday, but can make it Friday, right? Great. This is built for flexibility in mind, but because of that, Moodle is going to be really important. And there's going to be a lot that takes place here on Moodle. I try to go the extra mile so that every single student gets the same learning experience. And that in-class time kind of becomes the organized collaborative time for the in-person students versus that collaborative time for the online students is going to take place in discussion posts. And it is a little bit, it's not all at once. And so you have to do a really good job of giving feedback and being really, really good with your feedback if you're a fully online learner. I want you to receive good feedback to improve your writing. And at the same time, I expect you to give really good feedback to your peers. And so for the online students, it just takes a little bit more time. And since you're not required to come to class every single day, you're going to have to kind of do a little extra work at home to get that same quality of feedback accomplished. I can explain more if you have questions. Shoot me an email, shoot me a Moodle message if you have any questions. Yeah, so that would be what I would recommend. Shoot me an email or Moodle message. This week one, I've got 3 things there now. I'm not even going to go into them because I'm going to add 2 more things here, this video and then one other thing. So don't even, I won't even go into this yet, but look for the week 1 video. The week 1 video is going to have a ton of content in it. It's going to be really a learning video. So hopefully this introduction, though, helps you feel excited for the course and makes you know you can contact me anytime. I'm happy to help you, and I'm always looking forward to interacting with you and getting to know you better. So thank you. See ya, y'all.